Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Historical Oddities, a name that may be changed as soon as I think of a better one. In these, we'll be looking at some things or events in history that are a bit strange, different, peculiar, etc., whatever you want to say. So what better way to start than talking about the horrors of Nazi Germany, and specifically, Nazi ideas about race and racial propagation. How fun. As should be known to anyone with even a passing familiarity with Nazi Germany, the Nazis had rather extreme views when it came to race. The idea that the German or Aryan race was the superior race, and that other races like Jews, Africans, and Slavs, to name a few, were corrupting their pure bloodline and were an overall negative to the German future. Also corrupting their bloodline were those with chronic illnesses, physical deformities, and mental illnesses. Thus, in their minds, these racial and social groups had to be removed from the gene pool and prevented from destroying German blood. Now, at least for this video, we'll ignore the Nazis' conflation of race and ethnicity, or how race is more of a social construct than anything else, and we'll look at how the Nazis tried to keep their bloodline pure. Of course, the most obvious example of this effort is the Holocaust, where they would kill about 80% of the Jews sent to camps outright, and try to kill through forced labor the other 20%. German citizens with physical deformities or mental illnesses were often sterilized against their will or just outright executed, a la Action T4. An estimated 400,000 people were sterilized before the war's end for conditions such as deafness, blindness, schizophrenia, alcoholism, and feeble-mindedness, which would likely have impacted those with conditions like autism and other intellectual disabilities. Of course, then there's the Nuremberg laws in 1935 that prevented Jews from marrying non-Jews and declared that only those with German blood were allowed to be citizens of Germany. A later amendment to the law added Romani, or Gypsy, people and black people to those discriminated against. These, of course, were a few of the more prominent ways that the Nazi government sought to create their racially pure society. Of course, while trying to weed out those that they found to be a negative to German society, they also needed a way to try and promote racial propagation among the so-called Aryan race. Essentially, they needed German people to have sex and have children. This, of course, will bring us to December 16, 1938, where Hitler announced by decree the creation of a new award, the Cross of Honor of the German Mother, also known as the Mother's Cross of Honor, or simply the Mother's Cross. This award was to honor three basic criteria. 1. Being a proper and upstanding mother. 2. Having several children. And 3. Having children that met Nazi racial and genetic standards. Of course, this meant that Jews and other ethnicities the Nazis hated could not receive the award, nor could anyone with Jewish parents or grandparents receive the award. The children also had to be physically and mentally healthy, with no illnesses or other disorders, physical or mental. The awards were to be given out on Mother's Day because of the very obvious thematic connection there, but at least for the first year, awards were also given out on other major holidays like Christmas due to the overwhelming number of people that actually qualified for this award. The awards were to be given at public presentations shown here with a mother that is very clearly thrilled to be receiving the award, and recipients were given one of three possible variants of the cross. The third-class Bronze Cross for women with 4 to 5 children, the second-class Silver Cross for women with 6 to 7 children, and the first-class Gold Cross for women with 8 or more children. On the face of the cross was a Nazi emblem with the words Der Deutschen Mutter surrounding the emblem. I think that's how you pronounce that. Engraved on the reverse was both the date of the decree, December 16, 1938, and the signature of Hitler himself. The cross was hung from a blue and white ribbon and was to be worn around the neck, as shown by the very excited German mother from earlier. Recipients of the award were to be given more preferential treatment in German society, and members of the Hitler Youth were to salute recipients of the award should they pass. While the total number of recipients is unknown due to damaged or missing data, it is estimated that around 4.7 million women received this award. The award program would only end with the fall of Nazi Germany on May 8, 1945, when Nazi Germany surrendered and thus ended the European theater of World War II. And yeah, that's basically it. That's the story of how Nazis gave awards to people for basically having a lot of sex that, well, I guess Hitler approved of. Of course, if you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I do plan on making more of these, so be sure to tune in for the next episode of Historical Oddities, title not final. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something. See ya.